Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Representative Boyd, I want to stick with the one amendment that that you've asked us not to concur with. Now, if I'm correct, it just requires that a signature be given from the insured to the surplus line that's pulling them out of Citizens. Is that correct, sir?
Representative Boyd.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, signature on some type of acknowledgement form, yes, but in this case, could be 30, 40, 50,000 signatures.
Further questions? Representative Jenne1.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And what is the reason why? You said that it was cumbersome. Is that the reason that we shouldn't concur with this?
Representative Boyd.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Cumbersome might be wouldn't be a choice of words I would use. I think there's plenty of protections already. Policies are being taken out of Citizens every month. This month, I think there were 30,000. Next month, I believe 60,000. They're not required that same signature and acknowledgement form. So this just follows suit there, and there's plenty of protections in place to advise the consumer of exactly what's going on every step of the way.
Members, let's keep the noise level down, please. Further questions? Representative Jenne1 for a follow-up.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. But aren't those lines regulated in the state of Florida, whereas surplus lines practically have no regulation?
Representative Boyd.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Again, your choice of words. They are not regulated by OIR in the traditional sense that admitted carrier is. However, there's, I believe, plenty of consumer protections in this bill.
Representative Jenne1 for a follow-up.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My final question here for you, Representative Boyd, is this. Are there other documents that have to be signed by the insured when they are pulled out of Citizens? Meaning, if my home was to be removed from Citizens and picked up by a surplus lines company, would I not have any documents to sign when that occurs?
Representative Boyd.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yes, Representative Jenne1, there are plenty of documents. The insurance agent would have application coverage forms to sign. There's also notices on those applications and on the policies as to what type of carrier they're going with, and plenty of acknowledgments, if you will.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So if the consumer is given a large amount of documents by their insurance agent when they're being depopulated by a surplus line, what's wrong with having one more document for them to sign if they're already going to be filling out and signing documents? I'm a little confused by that, simply because they're already going to have the pen out and be signing their name to other documents and filling out other pieces of information. Quite simply, why is this one extra page so burdensome?
Representative Boyd.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Just simply, in my estimation, Representative Jenne1, this is covered so many other places in terms of communication with the client. This would require surplus lines carriers to have an additional document, 30, 40, 50, however many thousand there might be. So it bogs down the process when there's plenty of mechanisms, I think, in place to take care of the consumer and make sure they're looked out for.
Representative Jenne1.
Thank you for your indulgence, Mr. Speaker, and this will be my last one. But so at the end of the day, having to create one more piece of paper on top of everything else that's going to be given to the consumer, that's just the straw that broke the camel's back, metaphorically speaking?
I choose not to speak in metaphors, but I think there's plenty of protections in place. There's plenty of acknowledgments by the consumer and by their insurance agent or broker that protects them. So I just think this is an unnecessary burden that bogs the process down.